But John, also with this, I would also like to know that in under this policy, what actions are considered to be a visa fraud?
So they don't really get into that, but what we have seen just in practice is, these people who were on OPT here in the US, especially during COVID, it seemed to start during COVID. There were scam companies that were going out on LinkedIn and other social media networks, actively recruiting recent grads who were from China and India predominantly. And they would go through this sham interview process that looked really legitimate. Some of the companies were actually at one time legitimate companies and just kind of went off the rails and started scamming people. So that those companies actually had, prior projects and prior contracts that they could point to in the recruitment process. So by every measure, these looked like legitimate companies. The recruitment process looked legitimate. Then they would hire you, you would get your OPT, you'd list the company on your I-20, and then they would spring on you, in order to place you at a project like we promised, you need some additional training. And so you need to pay us for that training, and we'll give you the training. And that is the basic scam. And then once you pay them the money, sometimes they would have training, usually be kind of dubious quality, and then you'd never hear from them. And that was the basic setup of the scam. So you would realize the scam and then move on and find a new employer. That is what USCIS has been saying. It constitutes immigration fraud, not on the company, but on the individual student. And that's one of the things that we've been fighting in court for quite some time. And the government so far has been very reluctant to defend.